Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Let's Roleplay Fallout 3. In the last one, we returned to the Temple of the Union before heading north to the Republic of Dave, um, where we failed to swing an election. So, in exile, I've begun to travel west towards Oasis. Um, we're going to see how far we get today in the recording. I'm still a little bit sick, so if I suddenly go through puberty, I may take a drink of water. Um, and if it gets bad enough, we'll simply return to the no commentary Let's 100% Assassin's Creed. Because yay! We have continued to walk a bit. It's just the outcasts, okay? And as long as we continue to follow the road, this voice, we should. Oh my gosh! All right, they are getting tougher. Hey, get him, dog meat. Oh, you're okay, boy. What? What else is there? Thank you.
Hey, local. Shouldn't you be banging rocks together or something?
Oh yeah, those rocks could be helmet shaped if you want.
Not involved. You want to keep it that way.
Sure. Ooh. Yeah, the Enclave is becoming more and more of a problem as we go. Okay. But yeah, these outposts by the road, it's getting out of hand. Hey. Sorry about that. I had to cough. All right, let's take a look. That helps. That certainly does. Okay, he was around here. Field operations of the Enclave. God bless America. Field report. PFC, Private First Class, M. Scott. Prepared by NCO J. Tuckman. By audio dictation on behalf of PFC Matthew Scott. PFC Scott's voice is the only source recorded in the following text. Sir, I encountered 3 ferals on my patrol. This was somewhere around 0300 hours, I think, and it was dark, so they saw me first. I discharged my firearm 4 times, fatally striking 2 of the 3. My weapon jammed before I could fire on the 3rd target, and just then I realized it wasn't engaging. I knew our orders were to report on anything unusual, and, well, I thought that was pretty strange. He actually followed me back here on his own. We put him in the trailer with the other, and he's been quiet as you like. Strangest thing I've ever seen. Orders. COIs only. Mission directive. Establish and enforce Enclave presence among general populace. Disposal of genetic non-compliance offenders. 1. Establish constituency enforcement point at coordinates 39.138 by -77.070. Monitor civilian movement in the area and debrief Superior regarding any events of notable significance or regularity. 2. Distribute purified water rations to civilians willing to submit to genetic compliance screening. Participation in screening is compulsory for all civilians, and use of force is authorized in enforcement. 3. Genetic non-compliance offenders should be detained at the checkpoint. 4. To conserve consumption of Enclave resources, detainees should be disposed of by flame only when withholding facility becomes overcrowded or detainees become unmanageable, whichever comes first. They've been taking fingers. Purified water. The third one wasn't a feral. Just a normal ghoul. Yeah, the Enclave needs to be stopped as soon as we can. Ooh. I figured that's what's been stalking us on the road. We caught sort of a track of it over there. Okay, so if we head down this way, we should be able to get up there. That's crazy. I guess numbers really do mean something. It didn't want to engage us as a group.
Please. Back off.
Yeah. Getting awful dark. We might need to stop and rest for first light. Yeah, just about 7:30. Oh, we almost messed up. You see, that particular quest I want to be the end of Henry's story. Man, could you imagine? That would have completely derailed everything for several weeks. No, can't be having that. Okay, now that we've kind of given it a wider berth, we can probably. Well, no, not even really. But we should avoid that area and start heading north anyway, because we are now off the trail. What is this? Far? Well, you never know exactly when we might need a uniform. What if there's any room in the barn for us? Maybe the silo. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Look at that. There we go. Brave new day. We'll need to head due north for a while. Come on, dog meat. We got quite the hike. Ooh. sleep out of our eyes. Ooh. Thank you. Oh no. Hey, buddy. What? Where you going? Hold up.
Let me be blunt. Go away.
Yes? Please, help me. You've got to get this collar off of me.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's...
Well, to hell with it. Go ahead and try.
Okay. I see how this thing works. I just need to tweak this transistor here and you're
I'm alive.
fine.
You did it.
I gotta move fast.
Better.
Ooh.
Come on.
Okay.
Help me get this collar off. Please.
For sure. Let me see.
Well, to hell with it. Go ahead and try. I'm alive. You did it.
Yeah.
Please, help me. You've got to get this collar off of me.
Absolutely. Just hold still.
Please, help me.
Hello.
Okay. Go on. Get. I don't need that flavor. What am I doing? Or that hunting rifle? Daggone. Good boy, dog meat. All right. And we're going to keep on heading north. As we are heading north, I feel it's probably a good time to review the plan. The plan is that I need more ammo. A lot more ammo. Particularly for the 10mm submachine gun and the Chinese assault rifle, because I have a feeling like the energy ammo is going to come up short eventually. But we'll deal with that when we get there. Haha. So the plan, after we're done checking out Oasis, is to simply return to the pit, use the ammo press for all we can, and then to head back down west around this way, cut straight from the train tunnel down, see what we can find around in this area. But we're going to be heading for the Lamplight Caverns. What is this? Oh, we didn't bring any.
You're thirsty, aren't you, America? Not for nothing.
What is that? Okay. We should be very close. I don't mean to get distracted, but what is this? The remains of the monorail line. Yeah. Looks like a big antenna. Yeah, that's all that is. But yes, after we return from the north, we will need to find a way into Vault 87 in order to get a GEC. Hopefully by the time we do that, the Lion's Pride and the Elder can figure out a way that we can combat the Enclave, because they are out here in force, and I don't know if the Brotherhood realizes that. Alright, let's be careful. Oh, we went around the hard way, didn't we? Oh my gosh, we did. Nope, we are not going to get stuck. Not today. Jeez. Oh no! That dog's a treasure. Wow. Green.
Outsider, you have arrived. Please come closer. I have something of the utmost urgency to speak to you about. Do hurry. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Hey.
I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since anyone's visited us, and he's been waiting for someone like yourself to arrive. If you wouldn't mind following me, I'll bring you right to him.
Just a minute, though. Sir, who are you and what is this place?
I'm sorry. In my excitement, I got ahead of myself. I'm Tree Father Birch, and I have the great fortune of being leader of his people, the Tree Minders. Beyond that gate is our home, Oasis.
The Tree Minders.
Yes, we're the Tree Minders. We're his people. If you'll just follow me inside to the pavilion, all will be explained.
Okay. I'll follow you. Lead on.
Excellent. Please follow me. All will be explained soon.
Rejoice! The Great One wishes to see you.
You said it.
You are welcome amongst us, outsider.
Wow.
I can't believe you're here. We will speak once we've arrived in the pavilion. Not to worry. All will be explained. You have no idea how overjoyed I am to see you. Normally, outsiders are forbidden inside Oasis, but he has made an exception.
Yeah, this is amazing. This place seems so abundant with animal
The
life.
innocent creatures are drawn here by his gift. They come from across the wasteland to live in this sanctuary. This part of the world is healing, my friend, and it's all thanks to him.
The way you're saying him, I swear, it sounds like you're referring to a god.
He's no mere god, my friend. He is the one who grows. He is the one who gives. And he is the one who guides. Thanks to him, the Tree Minders have a home.
I may be willing to help him, but I need straight answers about who he is.
I would have preferred that he made the introduction, but I understand your hesitation. The Great One is a god tree. A living, breathing, speaking god tree. The Tree Minders are blessed to have this being watch over us.
And why do you call yourselves the Tree Minders?
We care for this place and keep it safe from those who would seek to exploit it. He gives to us, so we give back to him. It's an arrangement that's worked well for almost 2 decades. We shun technology and embrace nature. That's the life of a tree minder.
Yes, if you hate technology, why carry such formidable weapons?
Sadly, the wasteland is a hostile place, and sometimes we're forced to defend ourselves against it. If that means fighting with manufactured weapons, then so be it. Had he not asked to see you, you never would have gotten this close to the gates.
Which brings us all full circle, I suppose.
Yes, indeed it does. Sorry, I don't speak to outsiders very often, and I tend to get lost in conversation. As you approached Oasis, he said you were coming, and I was sent out to meet you personally with a request. He wishes to meet with you. You'd be the first outsider to do so in a very long time.
I would be honored.
Yes, person. To meet him, you must undergo the ceremony of purification. Once that's complete, you'll be able to speak to him. Whenever you're ready, we may begin.
Okay. What does the ceremony involve?
It's simple, really. You drink the sap from the basin here in the pavilion. The sap will purify your mind and body of anything harmful that could possibly hurt him. I assure you, nothing harmful will happen to you.
This is insane. But, okay, let's begin the ceremony.
Very good. Take your place in front of the basin, and let's begin.
All right. Let me get more comfortable. All right, dog meat, be good.
Please, drink the sap from the basin.
Oh, that looks nasty. The basin of purification is filled with some sort of thick, viscous sap.
We will now recite the blessing to ward off any harm the outsider may be carrying before he proceeds to the grove.
I beg you depart, agents of destruction, through the power of his divine will.
Leave our homes and bodies immediately. Live no longer in them, but pass over into places where you can harm no one.
In the name of his frondescence, I call his wrath upon you, so that wherever you may go, you bear it with you.
And, diminishing from day to day, you may disappear, except when you serve the health and good purposes of mankind. May no trace of you be found.
All this, may he be so good as to grant us, who is to come to judge the living and the dead, and the world by his verdure.
Amen. Soon, you will pass peacefully into sleep, outsider. And when you awake, you will witness his glory firsthand.
Oh. Well, that was certainly uncomfortable. And to think, that wasn't the Vault's maple syrup either. You know, this is probably the first time that Henry is seeing such primitive culture, torches and everything like that. But in ways, the tree minders are quite advanced for such a society. Oh, we're looking a little rough, aren't we, Henry? Oh, well. Whoa. Look at you.
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean?
I must be dreaming.
I wish I was too. Then me and Herbert could be the best of friends and live side by side. He's the tree, see? We're old pals, the best of buddies. And we know each other, inside and out. Literally. Well, his name's really Bob. I think it's funny to call him Herbert, but I don't think he thinks it's that funny.
I'm beginning to suspect you weren't always he who grows.
Well, you're quite clever. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head. Sunk his roots right in there, you know? Well, eventually he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside.
How did a tree end up growing out of your head?
It was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Yeah. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff.
Well, hopefully your troubles will be over soon. I'm here to help.
You have no idea how glad I am to hear that. Or we're glad to hear that. Me and Bob. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me?
You want me to murder you?
Oh, no. It wouldn't be murder. You'd be doing me a favor. You see, I've been stuck here for over 2 decades now, rooted right into the ground. The only friends I've got are Bob and those weirdos out there who think I'm a god.
How would I even be able to kill you? You're a tree.
How to put this? I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around some. It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his root system. I want you to go underground and destroy my heart.
I really don't want to kill you.
Of all the wastelanders I had to bump into, it has to be one with a conscience. Let's keep it an open invitation then. I don't want to wait until the next person visits. It could be years. Just think about it, okay?
Well, goodbye then, Herbert? Or was it Bob?
No. Herbert is the tree. Bob is his real name, but I call him Herbert because I think it's pretty funny. But I'm still in here too. What's left of me? The name's Harold.
Well, hey, Harold. Hey, Dogmeat. Harold, let's talk about this.
Look, Herbert, he's back. I told you.
You don't actually seem that sad. Why do you want to die?
I've been literally rooted to this spot, thanks to Bob for maybe 20 or 30 years. I can't even remember anymore. Can you imagine being stuck in one place for that long? Not being able to eat or to read or to sleep or anything? In the meantime, I have these tree minders bothering me every day about things I don't even care about. And I can't stand it anymore.
Ooh. Life is a gift, even if it does last a long time.
I've tried to stay happy. Really, I have. Bloomseer Poplar thinks I'll live for hundreds of years. Maybe even more. Can you imagine that? Stuck here for centuries? I can't do it. I just want to be alone. Just me and Bob until the end. When I saw you coming towards Oasis, I thought I felt that you'd understand me. I guess I was wrong.
You didn't actually see me coming. That's not possible.
I'm telling you, it is possible. Or maybe I'm just losing my mind from all this boredom. I swear, if I try real hard, I can see all around me. Like my eyes are in every leaf on every tree. I think it's making Bob kinda jealous. 'Cause he was the first tree in my life and all that.
Well, I mean, your first tree's always the most special. Well, how is it you're causing all these things to grow around you?
It's kinda embarrassing, really. Once a year, Bob decides he's gonna go ahead and start growing these weird pods filled with tiny seeds. Well, all it takes is a good wind and the seeds just fly everywhere. I call them Herbert's seeds. He hates that.
Well, I have some quick questions about those caves.
Yeah, leave it to good old Bob to get me stuck above some caves. Now, my dang feet are cold.
Well, how do I get into the caves?
I think the best way for you to get down there would be to get the key from the one those loonies call Cypress. There's supposed to be some old gate or something back in the other grove.
And is there anything down there to look out for, shoot, stab, maim, blow up?
Sometimes I feel stuff tickling me, but I think that's just Bob getting back at me for all the times I called him Herbert.
Okay, well, how about something else?
Okay.
Harold, it's been a pleasure. I gotta go.
Don't worry, Herbert. He'll be back. I love that one. It gets me every time.
Okay.
Cast aside your bits of technology and marvel at his miracles, outsider.
This place is wonderful, isn't it?
Well, hey there, buddy.
So you're the outsider, huh? You seem nice to me.
Yeah. So tell me about your god.
Oh, you mean Harold? He's really nice. Sometimes when I get really lonely, I go into the grove and talk to him. Sometimes I even curl up all cozy-like and sleep next to his roots after I have a bad dream. I tell him what I'm scared of, and he tells me what he's scared of. It makes me feel better knowing I'm not the only one.
Oh. Well, maybe if you tell me what Harold is scared of, I won't be scared either.
Aw, I never knew an outsider could be scared of anything. Harold told me that he's scared of fire. If fire ever got on him, it would burn him and Bob until they were all gone. That's why we keep the fires far away from him.
And you should. You should. That would be a terrible way to die. Well, how'd you end up here?
I was born here, silly.
Oh, well, never mind. What did you have to do to become a tree minder? Or were you born into it?
Just get born, I guess. You're funny.
Well, do you have any information on the caves below the oasis?
My parents told me never to go past the old gate. There are monsters in there.
Oh, thank you very much, you.
May the sap of his wisdom sustain you.
You're a guest
I'm
among us,
feeling really
quite
sustained.
welcome, outsider.
The Bloomseer.
Allow
Yes,
me to
Poplar.
introduce myself. I'm Bloomseer Poplar, soothsayer and healer of Oasis. It brings me great honor to welcome you.
Yes, thank you. Why don't you tell me about your god?
He's not my god. He's everyone's god. You, me, everyone. This place isn't meant just for the tree minders. It's for all mankind.
Really? I mean, eventually, probably, but here, the wasteland would chew you all up. What if there are others that don't share your opinion or respect Harold?
You'd think they'd realize that this place won't remain a secret forever. The caravans know about it, and you happened upon it. How long before someone comes to take this place by force? No, I say allow Oasis to grow, and that issue becomes moot.
That's a good point. What's causing this place to grow?
In what we call the harvest month, the Great One creates seeds among his branches within seed pods. At the end of this time, the pods open and the seeds are carried quite easily upon the wind. It's quite beautiful. Wherever the seeds take purchase, they grow into trees, plants, grass, or all manner of wonderful things.
How did you end up here, Bloomseer?
My father was a healer like myself. He had the most curious books I would read about trees and plants and their medicinal properties. Many years later, I heard a rumor about a place such as this. I spent a decade in search of it. I've been in this wonderful place for over 15 years now.
And what did you have to do to become a tree minder?
I was the third one to arrive here in Oasis. Tree Father Birch was a bit wary at first, but Leaf Mother Laurel convinced him to let me stay. If she hadn't been around, I doubt Birch would have ever let me stay here. After a while, they taught me their ways, and together we developed the ceremony of purification that you undertook.
Huh. Well, do you have any information about the caves below the oasis?
Wary of the water in the caves. I fear they still carry the sting of radiation from the bombs.
Thank you. Thank you, I've got to go.
May your spirit rest in his branches.
And also with you.
There's nowhere like this left in the world anymore.
Branch Tender Linden.
Very nice to meet you, outsider. I'm Branch Tender Linden.
Tell me about your god.
Well, I'm not so sure the Great One is a god. I mean, I don't believe in that sort of thing. However, I am beginning to realize he's special. Something greater than any of the creatures in the wasteland.
Ah. A man of science. Or greater thinking, maybe. How'd you end up here, Linden?
I was found dying in the wastes not far from here by a trader caravan. They knew about this place and brought me to Bloomseer Poplar. She nursed me back to health, and I've stayed ever since.
Dying. How awful. And what happened to you?
I was a Brotherhood of Steel outcast. We had a deep patrol out here looking for some tech, and they got jumped by some Deathclaws. They shredded everyone else and left me bleeding to death. If it wasn't for Oasis and Bloomseer Poplar, I'd be dead right now. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this place. It's beautiful. It's a shame only a few people will ever get to see it.
And what did you have to do to become a tree minder?
I sort of fell into it, I guess. I woke up here and I just stayed. After a while, I became one of them.
Well, steel be with you, I suppose. Any information you could give me on the Crucible of the Oasis would be helpful, from a soldier's point of view.
Oasis is located near what used to be an old mining town before the bombs fell. But when the attack started about 200 years ago, many people took shelter in the natural caves that dotted the area. The old gate that stands at the mouth of Oasis Cave is the last piece of architecture from those days.
So it's not a gate like the one that you've built. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
May the sap of his wisdom sustain you.
Oh, I am definitely feeling sustained. Wow. We could even sleep here. Interesting. I don't know why there's flamer fuel there. That's horrible.
And I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can we preach about peace when all you want to do is keep his gift all to ourselves? That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
Agreed. Why else would the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it. I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way.
I'm afraid Harold isn't a god, Birch. He's just a human that had some bad luck. A long way from here, it seems.
Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't worry, you'll soon see things as I do.
Yeah. Did you know that your god wants me to kill him?
Yes, I've been pondering that riddle myself for some time now, and I think I know what he's trying to tell us. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this secluded vale. We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. It would be the end of him.
Yeah, well. Killing him should stop his influence from spreading.
You misinterpret his words, my friend. He wants you to extinguish that which seeks to make him vulnerable. If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to him. That's all I ask of you, outsider. Nothing more, nothing less.
Wait, are you telling me that that sap made me fertile?
Place is
Or infertile?
wild, isn't it?
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big picture. Spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland.
Why don't any of you listen to Harold?
Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change.
And how can I possibly help with that?
I heard what my husband wanted you to do. What I propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist him in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be. You have questions for me, outsider?
Yes, I'd like to ask you about the tree minders.
Please, go right ahead.
How did your order begin?
I'm afraid I can take none of the credit for my husband's creation. I arrived perhaps a year after him, well after he established the tree minders.
And how do you normally handle other
Without
outsiders?
his blessing, we would not allow an outsider inside this veil.
Could I become a tree minder?
Although we would welcome you with open arms, you are obviously drawn here to help us. What remains to be seen is what that help turns out to be.
Okay.
Yes?
I have some questions about the task you gave me.
Please ask them.
Why don't you just travel to Harold's Heart on your
The
own?
Great One has not yet allowed us entry below ground. We were uncertain as to why until you arrived.
Okay. And where did the liniment come
The
from?
liniment was made by Bloomseer Poplar. Her knowledge of his gifts and how they can be used to help us is nothing short of astounding.
Okay, I'd like to ask you about one more thing.
Yes?
What can you tell me about the caves underneath
If
Oasis?
the Great One knows you to be worthy of his grace, he will allow you to pass through to his heart.
Lovely, thank you.
May you remain under the canopy of his protection.
Oh. Well, this is just great. Fantastic. Oh, Harold.
Herbert, he's back. I told you.
Harold, what's with all the names? Bob, he's the tree. Herbert is what you call him because it's funny. And Harold, that's you, but I don't get it.
Okay. Okay, let me talk real careful for the slow folks. I was once a man, a long time ago, named Harold. Something in me changed and a weird little tree started growing right out of my head. It kept getting bigger until I ended up stuck inside. When people would ask about it, I decided to name it Bob. You know, like a friend or something. Sometimes I call him Herbert instead of Bob because I get bored and I think it's funny. So, long story short, Call me Harold.
Okay. I get it. Now, about those tree minders.
No, don't get me started on them. I'm liable to talk about them all day. It even drives poor old Bob crazy.
Which tree minder do you get along with best?
Actually, the kid is the nicest one of all. Use her name. She sneaks in here sometimes and just lets me talk about stuff I wanna talk about. Bob really likes her too, 'cause she makes me happy.
Oh. And how do the other tree minders handle other outsiders? Not like me.
Oh. You wouldn't believe how they handle them. They make them drink this gunk that Poplar makes. Sometimes they just go nuts and start running around. And sometimes when they wake up and see me, they run for the hills. I'll tell you, outsiders are almost as entertaining as the tree minders.
Now, have you ever asked one of them to kill you?
They won't listen to me at all. If I tell them something simple and it gets done. Otherwise, Birch spends a week looking for a hidden meaning. Plus, he just pops in whenever he wants and starts chanting this nonsense. Sometimes I just sit there silently just to make him mad. That was fun for a while, but even that's getting boring now.
Okay, let me ask you about something else.
Okay.
Well, that's probably it, actually.
Oh, okay. I guess me and Bob will see you again soon.
All right, Harold. Oh, we've got a big decision to make.
Cast aside your bits of technology and marvel at his miracles outside. Hiya.
Hiya. So, what's your opinion of the Tree Father Birch and Leaf Mother Laurel?
They're the best parents ever.
Great. Thank you.
May your spirit rest in his branches.
They're not gonna make this one easy, are they? Okay. Alright, here we are. Insects. Oh. Oh. Huh? Oh, here we go. Oh. That's better than usual. All right. Oh, I can hardly see you down there. That should be it. Oh. All right. tell you, this episode's gone on a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. Oh, there we go. Oh. We should be getting close to the heart. Okay. That's a lot better to see down here now. That's probably a good idea. Use the sword. Oh. Oh! Dead end. Oh. Wow. Sorry about that, I keep coughing. Oh no. Harold's heart. Let's consider this. Harold doesn't know what the rest of his life is going to contain, but he is stuck to the same spot for the rest of his life. There's no changing that. He cannot move. But he's going to have constant companionship. And the greater good, that's the thing, the greater good is going to rob an individual of his own free will. We're essentially harvesting Harold. Maybe he'll change his mind, but we don't know that. Do we have the right? Accelerate his growth, stop his growth, or destroy his heart. Hmm. Harold will have a new purpose. And he may be able to find some comfort in that. I'll talk to him after and see how he feels. We may uh, we may backtrack on this. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. Oh, the damn cave. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. Oh. 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 Whoa. Quantum.
You've done a great deed this day, my friend. The gifts the Great One has bestowed upon us will now take mere decades to breach the confines of Oasis instead of centuries.
Well, I'll be glad to do it as long as Harold's okay with it.
In your short visit here, I can see you've learned much. That's a rare gift in these turbulent times. I believe there are a few tree minders who wish to speak to you before you depart. I think you'll find their appreciation quite rewarding. Good luck in all your journeys, my friend. I hope your time here has opened your heart as well as it opened your eyes.
I mean, death is so final. Life is full of opportunity. Right, Harold?
So, it looks like you decided to do things their way, huh? How come?
You've become an important part of their life. Without you, they're lost.
So, they really need me that badly, huh? I guess I never thought of it that way. Awfully selfish of me. Should we give them another chance? Herbert? Fine. I mean, Bob. I still think it's funny when I call him Herbert.
I've got to go. Harold, are you okay?
Okay. Wave bye-bye, Bob. Oh, come on. Move a branch at least. Oh, wait.
Yeah?
Well. Look who it is, Bob. It's our new friend.
Well, he calls me friend. So how are things with the tree minders?
No, don't get me started on them. I'm liable to talk about them all day. It even drives poor old Bob crazy.
So had you ever asked one of them to kill you before?
They wouldn't listen to me at all. I told them something simple, then it got done. Otherwise, Birch spent a week looking for a hidden meaning. Plus, he used to just pop in whenever he wanted and started chanting this nonsense. Sometimes I used to just sit there silently just to make him mad. That was fun for a while. Hopefully this will all change now that things are different. Thanks to you.
Okay. Thanks, Harold.
Okay.
I gotta go. See you, Harold. See you, Bob.
Okay. Wave bye-bye, Bob. Oh, come on. Move a branch at least. Oh, wait.
And I think with that, that's a good place to end things. When we come back for the next part, Henry will speak with the tree minders, probably get some rest, and then head off on our next excursion. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy what I do here on twitch.tv/JeffTheNarrator469, consider giving me a follow. We're trying our best to make it to 50 followers so that we can join their affiliate program. Or if you prefer to watch on YouTube and you're watching this after the fact, I do upload all of the videos straight to YouTube as soon as we're done filming. So please find me there as Jeff the Narrator. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, keep telling stories. Because you never know, someone like Harold might need to hear one. Until next time, that's me.